I've been thinking about an idea that is relevant to investors, and it might help them to change their minds about internet, about investing, about the type of companies that they are investing in. And the idea is what I call perfect digital replication, or PDR. Perfect digital replication refers to the ability of computers and the internet to perfectly replicate a digital file. So, for example, if you have a manual, let's say there's a standard operating manual, standard operating procedures manual that very precisely tells a business owner how to create and operate and manage a business, and all the instructions, all the files, all the videos, all the training programs, etc., are included in that digital file. So let's assume hypothetically that such a file would enable basically anyone to create and run a business. Now, if you have that file and it actually works, in other words, anyone with normal intelligence can use that digital file in order to create and run a business, then you can replicate that file 100 times, 1,000 times, even 1,000,000 times, and therefore there could be 1,000,000 business owners who are using that digital file, that standard operating procedures manual, to create and run a business. So, investors who are investing in the creation of this file, they could be looking at a return of 10x, 100x, and not 20% or 30% compound annual growth rate. And they're looking at a 5x, 10x, 100x return because the file, which is incredibly valuable, it's like a franchise manual, that file can be replicated infinitely, and the cost of replication would be almost zero, because you just have to upload that file on the internet and just send the link to people, and they can just download that file. And before they download that file or after they download that file, they're going to pay you, let's say, $100 or $500 or $1,000. And they would be willing to pay $1,000 because using that file, like I said, they would be able to create and run a business that could generate thousands of dollars per month, right? And it can be a very, very simple business. It doesn't have to be a complicated business, a very simple digital business that is running online. So in this example, we see that the digitization of knowledge is a game changer, because if you're able to capture all the procedures and the operations and the management systems of a successful business, if you capture all of that in a digital file, then that digital file can be perfectly replicated. In a future video, I'm going to do the same analysis, but instead of a digital file, I would be talking about an AI. An AI, something like GPT for all, which is a version of ChatGPT that can run on your personal computer, even if you're not connected to the internet. So in a future video, I'm going to talk about how once you create an artificial business intelligence, in other words, an AI that can run your business, then you could become a multimillionaire or even a billionaire, because such an AI could be perfectly replicated inside of millions of computers. And I'm assuming that people would be willing to pay $1,000 or more to get that AI application, because they would be able to create and run a business that generates cash flow for them. So they would be willing and happy to pay $1,000 or even $5,000, and to have that AI application, and we could offer financing. But the point is that once you have a digital file or an AI that actually works in generating profits, then it's just a matter of replicating that AI, and you could become a multi-millionaire.